fourth Varsity 8 race, a.k.a. the Gartland Goblet, unofficially. Both the 5V and the 4V. It's actually a point system, Tommy, and they calculate it, and whoever wins the most points between the 4V, 5V is the champion of the Gartland Goblet. Everybody knows that.
That's so interesting, Keaton.
Yeah. Unofficially, that is.
Yeah, thank you for that.
You're welcome. And thank you for that, Tommy. We have Princeton in lane 2, Brown in lane 3. Boats are currently lining up, adjusting points.
Aligner getting them aligned, having them move in 6 inches, move out 3 inches.
That's right, Tommy. That is typically how you align.
Yes.
Nice. And as we know, as we mentioned, longtime rowing legend Ed Hewitt has been aligning these crews each Saturday morning for years, and he does a heck of a job.
Always very fair, Keaton.
Extremely fair. Extremely fair. Boats now getting locked in. Coxswains adjusting their points, indicating that we are approaching the start for the second portion of the unofficial Gartland Goblet.
Crews are aligned.
They appear to be aligned. It looks like Princeton is locked on and ready. Yep, here we go. Flag is up. Flag is down. And away we go in the men's fourth Varsity 8 race. Princeton out in lane 2, furthest from the camera currently. Brown, lane 3. We have a pretty high-flying start here between these two crews. Princeton definitely with a slightly quicker start here. A little more speed off the blocks. They've inched out to about maybe a couple inches. It's close.
I would say Brown's got it by a couple inches.
No, you're wrong, Tommy.
Thank you.
Trust me. It is neck and neck. It's bow ball to bow ball.
Yeah.
But Princeton did have a little traction early stages.
But here at the 250 mark, it's nearly dead even with maybe a small advantage to Brown.
Brown in their stride to base. They have taken a slight advantage over the Tigers. Brown inching out. They sit up about half a seat, maybe a full seat now over Princeton, continuing to stride ahead.
This fourth varsity for the Tigers has had a very competitive season so far. They've been tinkering with the lineup throughout the season, trying to find the best combo, and they had a big open water win over Harvard on the Charles a few weeks ago.
That's huge. Yeah, really big for this boat here. As we see, Tommy, a lot of these programs will be tinkering even up to championship racing season. So even this 4V lineup for both these boats, these lineups that we see here will likely not even be exactly the same in, just a couple weeks time at the Eastern Sprints and then a couple weeks after that at the IRA National Championship. Again, these guys are always competing for seats day in and day out. Yeah,
actually this 4V, they're aiming to peak at the Eastern Sprints because at the IRA they're going to be breaking down into a Cox 4. So for a couple of these guys in the crew there in their last few races of their season.
Interesting. Nice. We take a look at this race. We are 600 meters in. It is Brown now, bow to stern over Princeton. Check that 750 meter mark. Princeton down to Brown. They sit back about a full boat length here. I think I spot St. Joe's Prep alum and bow seat of this Princeton boat, Pat O'Connell, the pride of St. Joe's Prep. Let's see if he can pull these boys back into contention in this race.
Actually, speaking of Pat O'Connell, let me take a stab at announcing all the members of this crew and their names.
Go ahead, Tommy. Let's
all
hear
right.
it.
Coxswain, Mally Organek. In stroke seat, we got Liam Foldy, then Josh Kaigaonu, Matt Willer, Owen Roliak, David.
You probably should have read this ahead of time, Tommy.
Yeah.
Maybe you can just give up there.
Okay.
1,000 meters in. Brown sits up a couple seats of open water over Princeton and continuing to charge. The middle stage of the race, we know Brown likes to throw in a big move, Tommy, the Bruno 20. And they clearly have done it there. They've gotten a lot of traction. They've taken a couple more seats, and they sit up pretty commandingly middle stages of this race.
Yeah, they've had strong starts just to stay even with the Tigers, and then just started chipping away and just gradually moving through at base. And it's been really efficient for them as they have been stealing seats every few strokes.
That's right. 7:50 to go. Brown looking super composed, super potent. Both these crews rowing really, really well. You can see, super in unison here. Blades going in together, bodies moving together. But Brown just, again, we know that it's a team full of grinders, and we know that they put in a ton of work in the winter season. So does Princeton. These are all very, very strong oarsmen. But Brown, I mean, they're just, handily taking this one in the third 500.
That's right, Keenan. Look at this margin. It's handily in Brown's grasp.
Again, anything can happen. There's still 500 meters here, Tommy. Anything can happen
That's
at this
true.
stage, but
It's a long race.
with a margin like this, it's tough to turn. We're gonna have to see a response from Princeton pretty soon.
Yeah,
here.
they're gonna have to do something special here in this last 500 meters.
They will. We look at these two crews, and great shot here from the Ford family balloon piloted by Princeton's own Tom Hebink. Always a great shot here. Love to see this angle of the race. We can see now a good boat and a half of open water. Brown sits up over Princeton and continuing to charge ahead. Brown did win the 5V. It looks like they're on their way to winning the 4V, so very likely will go up 2-0 on the day, which is huge momentum for this program.
Absolutely, and it maybe a preview of things to come, Keenan.
We'll see. There's still a lot of regatta. There's still a lot to be figured out. But, a shot of this Brown crew, you can see these guys, some pain on their faces. These guys have been rowing really hard for, 1,750 meters. Let's see if they have maybe one more gear for the line. Again, late season, it's all about putting up big times. It's not just about winning. It's about winning by as much as possible. So, you can have the best seed when you get to championship racing like the Eastern Sprints.
Yep, you want to make a statement, and you want to give yourself the biggest advantage that you can going into those championship races.
Certainly right, Tommy. Final 10 strokes for the Brown Bears, and they sit up nearly 2 lengths of open, probably a length and a half of open water, but just looking super, super long, looking super strong here. They're definitely gearing up for the line, and just like that, Brown through the line, unofficially, time of 6:01. The Princeton